Really quickly, first question I always like to ask is like, what is your intention for this session? Like, what are you trying to get across from it? So, main thing I'm hearing is you want to become a consistent challenger,
Yeah.
right? Anything else stand out to you?
Like from what I'm trying to get away from the session or with
Yeah,
the session.
and even in general, just like your general goals.
I think the main problem I struggle with is like mid to late game, like landing assignments. I guess like where I should open, kind of, if that makes sense.
Uh,
And then I struggle with vision when I'm behind. Like I don't really know how to play around getting vision around objectives. Like I feel threatened oftentimes I'll just kill myself getting vision because I'm like, oh, like they might do the objective or something. Let's say it's Baron or Dragon.
mhm.
So I kind of struggle with when I'm behind in getting vision.
Okay,
But
makes complete sense to me.
and the other thing I guess is the most important is sometimes I feel like I get ahead in laning or like let's say I'm ahead in general. I don't really know
Hmm.
how to close out games per se. Sometimes I don't know.
Hmm.
That's pretty much it. Like I'd say they're the main things I look at for now.
All right, sounds good. So let me just put this portion. So the way that I typically do things is, we establish your goals. Then we start talking about some theory. After the theory, we're gonna go look at the VOD, and then we're gonna do a decent comprehension session towards the end, right? So theory. Give me a moment. Boom. So I'll just hit one of these each at a time. So consistent challenger. One thing that I want to make clear writing challenger is that it's like a two process thing. So there's obviously the skill aspect of it, right? And there's also like the mentality aspect of it. So I'm not entirely sure like how strong your mentality is when it comes to solo queue, right? But that's something that we're gonna probably address like later on the line. But skill wise, that's something that we're gonna need to find out. So I'm just gonna delete this right now because it's not really that relevant. Okay, so mid to late game lane assignments. This is pretty common. I think the main theory that we're gonna have to address here is support, tempo, assessing, map state, understanding, waves. And these are going to be like the three main pillars that we're going to be addressing. Vision when behind. Usually this is centered around type of support that you're playing. The reason why this matters is that obviously it's hard when you're a melee or a range support, but it's even harder when you're a range support, right?
Yeah.
So how to adapt as a range support, and then usage of pings. I don't usually just call them like deadly hallways, and then in like this slash mark like safe passageways. So like what are like the scary locations or the easy locations? And then how to close out games usually comes down to efficiently using your time, your slash team time, and then objectives. So these are the main things we're going to be talking about. Okay, now let's go watch the game. So rell, we have one melee support and then one range support. One question I want to ask is you primarily play range supports, right?
Yeah.
So the one thing about range supports is that the early game is like pretty important. Obviously, the early game really is important for the melee supports too. Do you want to like spend our time primarily going through like the mid to late game portions, or do you want to like take time looking at the early game? Because if we take time
Um,
looking at the early game, it'll probably like won't be as robust for the other parts.
You can't. I don't know if I'll get much value because this specific game is a bit of a stomp. Like I know what I did, kind of thing, and it's
Okay.
like whatever. But the mid game, like, well, it's like it's a lane stomp, but like the mid game to late game is like where, like, I feel like I just kind of got lost on where I should be or what I should be doing, because
Okay.
like I don't know how to, like I feel like this should be like a lot cleaner of a game if I got that head ball in. You know, like it didn't really transition outside of that.
Okay. So what we're gonna do is I'm just gonna like glaze through it really quickly,
Sure.
see if anything stands out, and then we'll just talk about transitioning like a bot lane lead into winning the game.
Yeah.
Okay, you killed them. Awesome. Try to go through the gank through top side. Not gonna make a specific comment about that. just yet, not that relevant. They go for grubs, Drake trade, redeploy. Actually, I will say this one thing. So, I don't know if you play jungle, but I like the higher elo you go, like the more emphasis junglers will put on playing around grubs. So one way that you could like specifically affect that as a support is like being there on that timer and having that be your main advantage. So right here, like you notice like it's 5 minutes, right? And
Yeah,
this is the roam timer that you're searching for.
yeah.
If there is a way for you to time your movement for these grubs for when they spawn, then obviously that's like really good.
Do you mean
Something to
like?
keep in mind.
Would you want me to linger in that kind of spot where, like, where I had a back timer near grubs, right? It's not on time, like here, right?
Mm-hmm.
Do you want me to linger, or do you want me to find like a different back timer, like let's say an extra wave bot or something, before I
Well, in
actually?
this case here, there's like nothing that you can do bottom. Like staying bottom doesn't do anything, right?
Yeah, that's what
You're
I
too
mean.
low.
So yeah.
So the difference would be like deploying straight bottom. Obviously, you don't want to run straight bottom because I mean Ezreal's not here, right? But it would be like deploying through bot side, assessing the map. You're either going to be playing for the grubs, right? If it makes sense. Like
Hmm.
this is your decision you can make. Does it make sense to play grubs? How strong is my mid laner? How strong is my top? How strong is my jungle? And then if not, then what you can do as support is communicate that you want to make a bot side play. And then the way that you create the bot side play is by increasing volatility. So here, like if we were to look specifically, I wouldn't want you to open top like this. I'd rather much prefer if you open through bottom,
Hmm.
right? Then I just want to see you press tab to see like what's going on. So like who is actually strong. Not
Yeah.
a big fan of this. Then you look at bot and it's like, okay, clearly we're not gonna be able to do anything bottom on this big wave, like you and Ezreal by yourself. So if you want to like do some form of impact, then you would actually like linger a little bit here and then hit mid. And then you hit mid with it like specific goal to go to grubs, or you're going to just like commit to the running bottom, fighting here, and then creating a play for Kha'Zix. And then like what does creating a play for Kha'Zix look like? If this guy knows that he doesn't want to play for grubs, right?
Hmm.
Then you're like spam pinging on these waves.
Oh, okay, okay, that makes sense.
Right?
I
So he would like skip wolves altogether, run straight here, and then you're looking to fight.
Yeah, to me, I I get the idea of attacking mid, right? You're trying to get prio for grubs,
Hmm.
but I guess I just like made the predetermined plan that like because my top is losing like hard, like I just
Yeah.
thought it'd be like kind of just wasting my tempo to like quote unquote contest grubs when I really can't because like their top lane is
Yeah.
just like that
So
much more ahead.
mm, so that's perfect that you mentioned it, right? Because I'm just gonna go like through the decision making tree right now.
Yeah.
Grubs, right? Contest. If you want to contest, like mid, like top side is strong. Is strong. They can't make a bot side play. Right? That's all you're thinking of. And then like the specific things that you can do is you can gank mid, right? Or be on that side. Like these are the things that you can do as a support. Now, if you're not going to contest, so trade, then it's what wave are you trading on? What is the trade? So in this case here, you're saying that like, okay, I'm making the decision because I don't think it makes sense for us to play for these grubs,
Yeah.
right? So that's like, okay, what wave are you planning on trading on? And ideally, you want to trade on the wave where this objective spawns, which is this wave. And then what is that going to look like? And the way that it's going to look like is it needs to like look into a kill. So even if we go like a little bit further back, right?
Yeah.
Because I'm assuming here, like off base, you already have this idea that okay, we don't want to contest grubs.
Kind of like I'm just like here to defend. I guess like his Raptors or just his top side. I feel like my first look is like okay, my wave's pushing back bot, right? I don't really need to be bot at this current time, and I don't know why I just had this like idea that like usually they'll work bot side or something. So I was just like, okay, I'm just gonna avoid their bot side wards by just being top side first, like opening top side, which
Well,
it's
it
kind of
makes sense,
autopilot.
right?
Like, really?
No,
Okay.
it does make sense because let's say like you expect enemy Zeref to run here, right? You're like, oh, I'll dodge Zeref by like coming through this side. That's honestly like a fair thing. But the reason why I'm like putting a lot of emphasis on like what your plan is off of this base is because it's like a leading question, right? If your goal is to get a gank off on this wave and or dive, then preserving your pink, right, to be able to place here is actually really high value. And then you also need to be communicating on this timer by like pinging to try to convince your Kazakhs to instead of going to wolves, run through bottom. And like, doesn't this just look free to you?
It
This
does.
kill right here?
I just yeah, I should ping. It's just I guess like I had this like preconceived idea in solo queue that like my junglers kind of know what they're doing. I guess so. Like let's say they want to clear or something, or they know something I don't. Like perhaps like he just wants to clear something first. I don't really know. Like this looks free to me regardless. Like I just figured that like if this was gonna be a real fight, as if like they shouldn't fight this anyways to me, other than the fact they have the big wave and they're trying to crash it. Like
Hmm.
they're already losing so hard that like we technically don't really need help in like actually fighting this off. I guess like you can argue the wave is too big, so like obviously we can't stop the crash 2v2. But I guess I have this idea that like we're already so strong that we don't need help anyways, and I guess maybe by the time he would come here to stop the crash, then it like doesn't really do anything. But yeah, you're right. I should be just paying this and letting them
Yeah.
know. Yeah.
I mean, the best, and like most simplest way to phrase it is like, if Lee Sin is gonna go do top side, right? Then your jungler wants something bot side. So either wants the dragon or kills. And then your jungler ideally wants to pick up some kills. Like if you actually see what like ends up playing out, like he does wolves, like sits here, jerks off, right? Doesn't do anything. Lucian like is moving mid because he gets this wave crash, right? And then he
Mm-hmm.
does like dragon so late.
Could you
So
make sorry, go ahead.
no, what's up? No, next question.
I was gonna say, could you make the argument that like if they already had it nearly crashed, like would you make the argument they just back off anyways after they crashed the wave, or are you saying that he can get it here in time before he even does his wolves?
Yeah, he should not do his wolves at all and just run straight bottom.
Oh, okay, like right here, I should be pinging, and you're saying
Yeah, exactly.
okay, because like I said before, I guess I have this like idea that like
Hmm.
if this was going to be a play like a high percentage play, I would ping my jungler. But because I just think they're gonna crash this wave and just back off anyways because they can't actually do anything other than that, then and we can't hold the wave. To be honest, I think because the it's like a huge wave, right? So I figured they can crash this like in time and then get away by the time like actually anything's gonna happen. But yeah, I guess if you run straight now, then like it's pretty hard for them to actually hit these minions.
Yeah, I mean he would be arriving here like as the wave is dying. But for let's turn this into something that's I guess translatable for you across multiple games. There's like really mainly two things. And then we'll just have this here for like an early game portion. The first thing is that if you want to have like a high impact in game, you need to ping, right? Like I don't know if you play ADC, right?
Yeah,
Like have you ever gotten Core JJ as your support?
yeah.
That guy pings like a motherfucker, right?
Yeah. Well, yeah, I was gonna say just most like good supports, quote unquote, ping a lot in
Yeah, and the
general.
main reason is because like that's just like literally any role, like you need to be thinking about ping because that's how you communicate. Like I'll just say this because this is something that people will respond with. It's like okay, if I ping and my jungler doesn't come, like what am I supposed to do? Okay, well it doesn't matter, right? If he doesn't come, then you just have to adapt. But in the one situation where he does come, right? That's like a straight up positive, right? And then if he doesn't come, it's just like neutral. Yeah, so it's not the end of the world.
To me,
So yep.
like,
Hmm.
couldn't it be like him cycling his camps like faster if that was the like downside in this situation? Let's say he gets nothing from this, right? Like they don't die somehow on this play that I'm pinging for right now.
Yeah.
Could you say the downsides that he's not cycling his camps faster or like he doesn't get his camps ASAP?
Yeah, totally. I mean, that would be a downside where it's like, let's say I ping for a play and it goes terribly, right?
Yeah,
Then that's like 100% a downside. But I think in most situations, especially like, well, I shouldn't say most. In this specific situation, I think it's like really unlikely for no one to die, right? I think it's like pretty clear that one of them will like either, especially if they have no flash, like they'll probably die. So I don't really see
yeah.
this one as being an option.
Okay.
And then even then, this goes into the next portion, which is like on that grubs timer, right? Because this will always happen in every single game in around 6 minutes. You're either contesting or you're making a cross map play. So the worst situation is what will end up happening where like this guy gets grubs for free and then your Kha'Zix 6 dragon like a little bit later. And the reason why him taking it later is because now Lee Sin is like up tempo on him.
Okay. There's actually something that happened. Like I guess this is kind of foresight, but in the Senna game, um, the support like moves to grubs where I think he shouldn't, and it kind of griefs their lane really hard. But I didn't even think about pinging it because I thought it was just so bad that he moved. So like I always have this like I usually ping like the possibility of whatever happening, like the play happening,
Yeah.
but it just seemed so like bad for his own lane to like move to this play that I was like surprised that he even did it. Yeah, he showed on this mid wave like here, and I thought
Hmm.
like nothing could happen after they killed mid, right? Like they killed Aurelia, I think, or something. Something happened mid and where they got a reset, and then I was like, wow, like he's just like moving to top grubs, like right. I pinged it off, I guess, and we just get two plates, and this guy's denied a bit of CS.
Yeah,
So
I'm gonna be completely honest. Like it's the same thing. Like we're saying, like these junglers know what they do not know what they're doing. I'm gonna tell you right now. Like just watch this. So Thresh shows up, right? Okay, whatever. He shows up mid again.
yeah,
We gotta skip our Gromp and go dive this guy,
on this wave
right?
or the next one, okay, I guess.
The next one. Like it's so free, right? Like this Graves just needs to skip his Gromp and come dive this guy.
Okay, okay. I guess that's more on me if because I don't even see the play. I'm not gonna lie. Because if anything, like I'm just assuming that this guy's gonna play really safe anyways, maybe. But that's completely wrong because he just die here, like collecting this wave. So it
Yeah.
makes
So
sense.
we could you could envision it too. Like Graves is literally here
Yeah, yeah.
right now.
He'll die like 1,000 times like every time.
Yeah. So that's why I'm actually like, because I said I didn't want to go too deep into the early game, but the reason why I'm going deep at this specific portion is because it's so consistent, right?
Yeah.
Like in these two games alone, we've seen two examples where if you have these fundamentals or at least are aware of these specific moments in game, like you will just go up a kill.
Okay, because I I guess I just like see. I assume like this is pretty bad. I guess that you're saying this because I assume that they have a play in mind or whatever. Like they know something I don't. So like I'm I, I guess I'm like complacent with like this play because it's already winning in my head, right? Like Thresh is just
Hmm.
top side. He gets grubs, sure, but like he's losing plates and their ADC can't really farm.
Hmm.
But I guess there's more to it. You know, like this should be a kill if anything. Like he's denied the wave completely instead of
Yeah.
just yeah.
Yeah, totally. And I'll say something too, because remember, like everything that we're mentioning is with the goal for challenger, right?
Yep.
Establishing your own view of the game. This will help you like reach challenger, right? Because like communicating, like essentially what we're looking at here is this guy doesn't see a potential play, but you pinging it, right? Like let's say you're Core JJ in this example, like you're pinging it, right? You give this guy like +1 kill, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now, just off of that +1 kill, like that will just help you reach challenger faster. You see how that works? Where it's like you're elevating the gameplay of others around you,
Yeah. Yeah.
like you're establishing like your own force in there. Yeah,
Yeah.
perfect, awesome. Okay, so honestly, you don't need to watch like more past this. Let's just head straight into the mid game. So we're in the mid game now. Let's go take a step back. I think that support mid game will start once you get your wards unlocked. So I'm just waiting to see at what point you get them unlocked. You have them unlocked now. So like I mean it's the same thing, right? Grubs are dying. You're just trying to see if there's like some form of cross map here. One minute on the dragon. So I'll ask you this question. At what point do you think that you should be planning on basing?
Honestly, I could have instantly like based here, like way before this, like even any of this mentioned. Like once I fogged that bush, it
Hmm.
could have been a timer, but I guess I'm just still here because we can potentially play bot, right? Like my jungler's bot side, so I was just seeing how they play it. I guess if they were gonna like
Hmm.
end anything, so like I stayed just in case because I'm not gonna go to grab this my jungler's bot side, right?
Yeah.
So I just fogged, I guess, but technically the first time I hit that bush, I could have fogged and then just like replenish my words and come back, right? Assuming there's no
Yeah.
play.
Hmm.
Because I don't know if
So
my jungler showed on vision, but like technically, if they do see him at all, like this is never a real play. I think and I should just fog and replenish my words, but
yep.
yeah.
Actually, I need to take a step further back because it looks like you already got a base off for these words. So let's look at your first deployment. I think I got it wrong. Okay, so here. This is what I consider when support mid game starts. You have your three wards, so it's like, okay, what are you gonna do with your wards? So you decide to deploy straight bottom. I mean, this is completely fine. Lissandra's basing.
Is it fine because my Sonar's basing, or is it fine? Like to me, I'm kind of like homeless in the sense like there's no play in either lane. Like both my lanes are gonna recall. So
Yeah, so you're not gonna run mid because
yeah.
Lissandra's basing. Your goal in this like specific picture is to just connect with Kha'Zix, right? So you're like gonna run like this, and then you're just gonna see where Kha'Zix goes, and then you're gonna go connect with him, and then as like a two man, right?
Hmm.
Ideally, you're going to look to drop wards, or your plan is to like do something as a two man. So once you see him basing, you're like, okay, nothing's going on, and then he starts moving, right? The only reason why he would start moving is because he wants to go for like some sort of bot lane play. And then once you notice, like, okay, is there a bot lane play available here? Like, you're just thinking in the back of your mind. Doesn't look like there's anything. So you're just going to move on, clear some vision. Okay, so now we're going to go look at like each word that you drop. What's the purpose of this word, you think?
Um, honestly, not much. I just feel like I can't. I mean, I can probably walk into their try and obviously like be fine. I think, but I think I'm just scared with the idea that like if I'm on vision right now and I'm walking to that bush alone because my Ezreal is visibly low HP, I can actually just
Uh-huh.
die. I think like face checking the
Mm-hmm.
bush, but maybe it's fine. I just placed it for the sake of like placing words, I guess, which is bad. But
Mm-hmm.
because my Ezreal's in base and I don't have proud myself, like I kind of just placed it for the sake of it there being a word there.
Mm-hmm. So, I mean, that is obviously something I want you to consider, right? Because, like, your question of, let me go a step back here. Like, this question of, where is it? Like, vision, right?
Yeah.
Like mid lane, like laning assignments. So like laning assignments, usually just kind of comes down to like obviously the waves, but also like the type of vision that you're looking to drop. So when you deploy like this, right, and you see that there's like no play, dropping this ward, the only reason for dropping it is if you think that someone's going to like sneak like this and then sit here. I don't think that's really happening because you already have this vision. Best thing that you can do is wrap around on mid, sit here, just like acting as a vision, right? Because you're not
Yeah.
doing anything bottom. You pick up your level 6 actually. I don't mind this. I think that this is actually good. This is a good option outside of sitting here, right?
Hmm.
Then you do it. Then you wrap around. Then you drop your ward here. You see Kha'Zix going into his top side. Now you're pinging bottom because obviously you want something to happen bot side. Walk in here, drop the vision. You see Xerath shift into mid. Here, you have two options, right? You can either look to fight right now, or you can look to base.
Hmm.
Makes sense? So if you're going to fight, then you're going to position on this side. If you're going to base, then honestly, you're still going to run here and then look to channel your base.
Oh, to me, I wanted to base in fog, I guess. So I like. I feel like Xerath will never die. If I set in that bush, his options are just to run away. I think. I feel like. So
So let me explain. If you want to like fight, right? Then
yeah.
the only way you're going to fight is by running into their jungle. What are the chances of like a fight right now? It's like pretty unlikely, right? Because Zera should just leave, but you're still like forcing him to waste time. Only issue is that Lee Sin took grubs pretty fast, so he can like base and run straight bottom. That's something that you should be considering. But let's say you run up here, right?
Yeah.
You're in fog, then you press B. If you expect Zareth to like obviously respect that, he should walk like this, right? And then you're still in fog, unless you think he's gonna walk up and like W the bush.
Well, he should, right? Like I feel like if I don't know if he doesn't have vision there, but assuming he does or doesn't, like I generally would assume he's gonna. Yeah. I just assume he'd like W it regardless if it was Warden or not. But or sorry, he would W it regardless. But yeah, I
Yeah,
mean,
I feel like if he walks up and tries to W this, like he's crazy.
mm-hmm.
But I digress. Like we just analyzed that. Moving on, base. So 12 minutes. So now we're doing the same thing. We're assessing. So do you deploy bottom or do you deploy mid?
But
Okay. And what's your reasoning?
no one's mid, so I don't really have prow at the current time. I mean, I guess I don't have anyone bot, but I'm walking on a wave, so it's like fine. I guess. and my Ezreal's stronger, so it's more so like we can get Prow if I want to, and then I'm walking on a wave, so ideally there's gonna be a play on the enemy wave that's coming in.
Yep, I agree with that. The rule set that I usually give supports is ideally like going through mid is best because mid wave arrives faster, right? So the first thing you're assessing is like what wave are you walking with? So in this case, you're a bit behind mid, and not only are you a bit behind mid, no one is here, so you're walking with this support with the bot wave. And then after that, it's like okay, if you run through mid, can you actually get control? That's a question that needs to be asked. And then if you cannot, then you should run through side. But if we look at this picture, right, I actually think that you definitely can run through mid like this, like boom, like that. Then you bolster up Lissandra on this one wave. If they run into you as three here, because that's what you're worried about, right? Like who's going to run and then fight you in this? I'm pretty sure if we go back and track their numbers, Lucian, it's Kiana and Xerath that you're thinking about.
Yeah.
So you're here, you're like, okay, this place looks sus, and then you like pivot back.
Okay.
But if you run like directly straight through bottom like this,
It doesn't give
right?
the option. Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like you're not thinking about this option.
Okay, because to me, I'm just like weighing the factor that like my Ezreal's stronger than my Lissandra, so I can easily get Prow or whatever the hell like I need, and
Mhm.
it's more likely that I'm gonna have a winning play on my Ezreal than my Lissandra. So I
Yeah,
want to.
like I said,
Go
I'm
ahead.
sorry to cut you off.
No, you're good.
No, like I said, I don't mind the rationale. I'm just expanding upon it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like the rationale is correct. Like, yes, my Ezreal is strong. I want to play around Ezreal, but I'm expanding upon it so that in those situations where it's not cut and dry, let's say Ezreal is like not super fed,
Mm-hmm.
right? Let's say he's just like 1-0, and Lissandra's also 1-0. Like, would you still just also just run straight bottom here, right? Or would you like think about okay, where are their numbers? Should I be going here or not? That's like how we get it to that next level and be more consistent
Okay. Yeah.
because that's what we're looking for. Okay, play this out. They get dragon basing. Okay. So next portion, right? Okay, what are we playing for next?
Herald.
Okay, Herald. We're looking at the lens, right?
All right. Well, I guess I start walking bot, but maybe ideally I should be pinging my Ezreal to go mid on this wave because if he's strong, we should just look to fight it. But
Yeah.
I think I just like autopilot walk bot because he's already walking. And the other notion I can make is that again their Gwen is strong, so I kind of want to give it, I guess. So I'm just gonna fight on my strong side and stay there because their Gwen's strong. So, but I
Mhm.
think ideally in a normal world, like I'd be pinging my Ezreal to come mid, and we could probably contest it through like us four, or even Lissandra
Yep.
wants to skip a wave, like she can just come on mid wave, then we can potentially fight it. But
Hmm.
I think because it was just solo queue and I didn't even think about pinging my Ezreal to stay on mid wave. Like maybe he just wants to get the bot turret, and maybe he has the same idea that like Gwen is too strong, so let's just play on the opposite side and then get the bot turret. Then I was fine with that because it's still a net win to me. But I think this is mostly because my Ezreal's just walking straight back bot that I walked bot. But the other notion I could say is that their top side's strong, while my bot is weak or strong. So I'd rather just do what my Ezreal's gonna do because the play top side just isn't winning without my Ezreal.
Yeah. I mean that's like fine for me, right? I mean the really thing that I wanted you to like get across is like, okay, I asked you what you thought that you were playing for. You think that it should be Herald, right?
Yeah.
Then it's like, okay, the gameplay needs to match with what you're thinking. So you should have pinged Herald if you wanted to play for Herald. You didn't ping Herald, so now you're like an accessory to whatever this guy wants to do.
I
So when we're
just
thinking about like
good.
consistency,
Okay.
right? Then it's like, okay, how do we like make the game more consistent and how do we like increase your chances of winning? Uh, you need to be like involved in these type of decisions. That's it.
You need to be. I need to be what? Sorry.
Like if you want to have better mid games, right?
Yeah.
And uh, have your mid game be more consistent, you have to be involved in mid game decisions. So if you think that playing Herald is correct, then you should ping it, right?
Okay.
If you think playing for bottom is correct, then you should ping it and then play for bottom. But if you don't do either one of these options, right? and you just follow your most fed member around, yes, if something happens, the likelihood, like the percentage chance of it going well is high. But what if they're doing something that isn't correct? You know what I mean? Like, what if the
Yeah.
correct play is for Ezreal to run mid in comparison to running bottom?
The other argument I feel like I'd have is I guess I didn't mention this, but like because Gwen is fogged, I actually don't know what her play is, but I feel like if she opens top like she should by default, then I would make the rationale that actually playing for bot turret is correct because the Gwen is too fed that we can't even fight. I feel like so. I get what you're saying by like I'm limiting my options by not even pinging or thinking about the other one, as in like I'm just following the guy that is fed and hoping he's right.
Yeah,
But
exactly.
to me, I guess my other rationale, I didn't even mention it, was that like I just don't know where Gwen is until like I ended up realizing he was top. So I was like, okay, well, I don't want to fight where the Gwen is, and I want to fight where my Ezreal is. So I feel like on any even terms with Gwen and Ezreal, the Gwen would just carry the fight or win the fight. So the safer play to me is just playing for bot turret and then assessing it from there. Like we probably recall, like I'd place wards and then recall again, go mid.
Uh, that I'm completely fine with. So just ping the bot turret, right? Like that's like the main thing I'm trying to get across here.
No, I'm not. Yeah, I'm not even pinging at all. Okay.
Yeah, like you're not participating in the game,
Yeah.
or at least you're not like putting your influence onto the game.
Okay.
And then this next portion here, you
I
want to
forgot.
drop words, right?
Go ahead.
What's up?
I forgot to mention. I knew my jungler, so I'm in call with him. So I guess some of these things are like kind of predictated without even me pinging it. But like obviously, I still make the habit of pinging more. But I forgot
Yeah,
that to mention that like I'm in call with the jungler, so some of the stuff is like kind of assumed, I guess, without me actually visually pinging it. But for my other teammates,
yeah.
then yeah, obviously they don't really know what's going on.
Mhm. No, I mean that I definitely see where you're coming from. The only thing I'll say is that like pro teams also ping, right? And all five of them are in the call.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Like it's not an excuse. That's just, yeah,
Mm.
that makes
Yeah.
sense.
So then let's see this.
That was bad, but that was really bad.
Execution can definitely better.
I just think I wasn't expecting him to flash. So the moment I like my brain completely blew up when I saw him flash. I guess
Yeah.
it just looked so free that I'm like, oh, he's dead. Like with them two squishing up, I'm like, oh, I should just WR and then GG. But
Mm.
I didn't even think about him flashing. I guess, which is my fault.
One thing I'll say in these situations, like let's say next time you do think if he has flash, right?
Yeah, I should Q first, is where you can.
Yeah, just Q. And then if he flashes the Q, like you're chill, right? And then if he doesn't, then you're just going to go for the WR anyways.
Yeah, yeah, I see.
Or probably just R and not W. I'm pretty sure they changed it so that even if you Q this guy, actually no, he's an ADC. He can't build mercs. Yeah, should be fine. And then let's go look at this deployment. So I'm just gonna ask you this question: like, where do you like? What is the next play?
Mid turret, if anything, like getting vision around mid. I guess like where again, like I guess I should be pinging it, but like ideally my Ezreal's mid, and then I'm playing through him because he's strongest. Like I can get prio through him, and I can't really
Do
play
you want
side. I feel like
do you
because
want to get like vision bot side or do you want to get vision top side?
um probably towards my Lissandra, so I guess bot like whatever side my Lissandra is walking, but ideally bot because like Baron's not even up, so the next play if anything would be Dragon, but it's mostly on I guess where my Lissandra deploy. I just feel like I already have bot turret, so I can get vision pretty easily through bot. But in terms of objectives, I think the next one's dragon. So
Okay. And what do you think about top turret?
we can get like we should play through mid to top, I guess. But I can easily get vision bot side easier. I don't know. Like I guess that's like pretty bad to say because if my next play is top side, then I should be getting vision top. But
Well, the one question I'll have is like, what more vision do you want to drop bottom? Like, you want this ward? Because you
yeah,
have these two wards.
yeah. But I guess it's not like I'm never actually hitting bot turret or tier two. So like It's just because we have bot turret, I feel like it's easier to get vision, but the better question is like, do I even need the vision kind of thing? I don't
Yeah,
know.
like when do you need this vision for dragon? You probably want it around like the 1 minute mark,
Yeah,
right? So you essentially have like about a minute for you to like do anything topside. I think it's completely fine for you to like ping topside and then try to get vision there, and then base, then drop vision 1 minute before dragon. And then here, like, it looks like we're playing bot side, right? Lissandra's just opening directly mid, kind of like
yeah.
whatever about it. You run here, look for a pick on Kiana. Let's look at the execution on this.
I think if I should still give her the E, it's fine, probably. Like I'm, or should I hold
Well,
my
I think,
W?
yeah, you should hold your W.
Okay.
Like, you Q her, right? Pop your red trinket, see where she goes, stand here. And then if she goes out this way, then you W her. If she runs this way, obviously she'll die. If she'll run this way, then you'll pop your W on her. And then if she runs this way, then she'll run into the Ezreal.
Okay.
So that's the execution portion. Okay. Wow, is this champion OP?
Oh
Isn't that
yeah,
guy 1-4?
yeah.
Maybe this champion is OP. That's crazy.
Like should I have recalled without even getting these
And there?
wards? And because like I'm never influencing how to play top, right? I'm not running in time. Like
No, this is the correct decision to drop these wards before you base.
okay, okay. I forgot the other one, but yeah, that's what I figured. Like it seemed so wrong that I'm like just watching the top play happen while I'm doing nothing but words. But I mean, yeah, I just didn't think I had time to actually influence it.
This one here, like, what do you think about this decision by yourself? Let me go take a step back. When you're walking out of base here,
It's pretty troll. Like I'm just walking directly on the wave, showing myself, kind of. I
so what can you do instead?
just walk into the bot river and like clear vision through that way, and then still show. Like I should never show. I think, and just walk through
Yep.
my bot river
Mhm.
ideally. But I guess there's just autopilot. Like maybe I was just. I don't know what I was thinking at the time, but maybe I'm concerned about like either my Lissandra making active play on the wave or they might make a play, but because I don't have deep enough vision or like knowledge that they might make a play, but I think it was more so just autopilot, like walking through mid and hoping something would happen, and then nothing happened. So I'm like, oh, okay, I'm just kind of showing my vision for fun.
And then this one, I am like a little bit confused about. Because you said you're in comms with your jungler, right?
I think, yeah, yeah, I was, I think,
Okay.
yeah, I
So,
was.
so if he's telling you, because there's only two things that's gonna happen here, right? He's either going to go to his Krugs, or he's gonna go bot side vision control, right?
Yeah,
So if he's running top side here to fight the Gwen, I'm not sure why you aren't also running top side here to fight the Gwen.
I guess like it's probably like the predetermined notion kind of thing. Like we should be playing Dragon. So I guess the moment that he's deciding to do this is like so like I don't know if like to me like I just imagine everyone's trying to make it this play bot side like we're going to Dragon, we're gonna set it up.
Yeah.
But because those like so out of left field, like my teammates made this own decision on their own. Like I didn't expect it, but I
Uh-huh.
guess I should have pinged it off or like hard pinged like get bot side like get vision bot side. So I kind of have that problem, I guess. Like if my teammates make the decision of doing something else when I like pinged for it, or like even I have this predetermined notion, right? Like I'm playing bot side, I'm getting vision. I have that problem of like, am I supposed to follow the play? Was I supposed to like already be walking towards that direction, or you know, because like that isn't the correct play in my head. But like you said, like
Yeah.
if he was gonna do that, then I should be walking towards that direction anyways, or I should I guess like ping more and ping it off.
Well, what I'll say is like the only reason why I'm bringing this up is because you guys are in comms, right? So if he's
Yeah,
saying here like I'm gonna go like do Raptors or run to fight the Gwen, then you would just run now. Like it's actually not the end of the world for you to be a bit late, but you're just staying. You know what I mean?
yeah. I
Like even
guess
here, you're also lurking,
like
staying,
I'm
staying, staying.
aware of the fight, but like to me, it's like so bad that like we should never
It's
fight
just about
this.
like I mean she might even 1v3. Like I could definitely see that. But
No, not
one thing I
one v
want to mention,
three. It's just like they shouldn't fight that, and I guess I should have pinged it off. But like because they already made the decision to fight, like that's not up to me. You know, like that's their play because I'm on the other side of the map.
Mhm.
If I feel like I'm gonna cross the entire time, then like by the time I actually get there, like it's not like a nothing play. So I'm
I
just
see.
wasting my time to like set up for a bad play. Like the play was already losing my head. So like yeah, like this. Like, I'm just walking up. I'm like, oh, I'm late anyways. Like you know, like
Uh-huh.
I guess I could have done this
So,
earlier, like you said. But again, like I'm having this like idea that like
so I
this
want, I
is
want to I want to
good.
say something here, Tyson. Actually, this is important.
Okay.
So you're basically saying that uh in this play you think it's bad for them to do something topside, correct?
Yes.
So the reason why you're lurking mid is because you're indecisive, and then you're like, okay, it's still going on. Like I can't believe they're still fighting. Now I'll finally come. Right?
Well,
That's essentially what happened.
kinda. Like I don't know if I guess you could call it lurking, but I'm trying to hold my bot side vision, right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So okay,
So
yeah,
basically, like you don't want to come top here, but then you come top eventually because it's still like going on, right?
yeah, yeah.
So then the only thing that I would recommend for you is let's just add like a layer of problem solving here or a layer of adaptation. When you see this, right?
Yeah.
Can you like make a play bot side at the same time? So here, right, you're trying to hold your vision. You see all like these shenanigans. Like maybe what you could do is you can go lurk in the bot side jungle and see if you can pick anyone entering here, right? And then maybe you can like be pinging Lissandra to come connect with you. Because when I see Kiana walk like this, right, maybe
Mm-hmm.
there's a potential play.
So I would be like I need to ping my Ezreal, right? I can't be lurking alone, kind of thing. Like I
Yeah,
just need to ping bot side vision. Okay, okay.
yeah. And then even like here for this like portion, because I forgot to mention this because it is still important. Uh, where is it? It's a bit past this. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Here. Just make sure to like go in and then drop deep vision because this is your timer.
Mm-hmm.
So this is like an important aspect of it too.
Would you never like? Should I just drop this vision first before I even think about making this play? Because I just saw Kiana, so I'm assuming if I walk with my Lissandra, like she can't possibly die, and if she tried to kill them 1-on-1, then I'm there, kind of thing.
Yeah,
Like if I never
yeah.
saw Kiana in the first place, I'd probably just walk straight into the bot side and still get this vision. But I think
I would I would
because
I would probably just still drop the vision because I think the likelihood of
her dying.
Kiana doing something is just really low. Like if you really think about what she did, she like went through here and then W'd over this wall. Like I think like that's pretty crazy. Because what if Lysandra just walks like this, right? Like I don't think there's a one shot here unless you think that she can get one shot. I feel like she can't. This guy's got these.
I guess, but it's more so like defending the like. Couldn't my Lissandra die like on spot right there? If she's walking like this, like if anything, she should walk safe, I guess. But maybe she's just under the impression she's safe because I'm walking with her.
Yeah, probably.
So I think I'm just doing what like I'm trying to save my teammates in a sense. That was bad, but like I'm covering my teammates because they're making like a certain player like a certain path first
Yeah,
before. But I would agree that like there if there is never a play anyways like there shouldn't be, then I should just get my vision first,
yeah. Well,
then make the
even outside of that, right? Like if we just look at this, so you deploy,
yeah
you see the Kiana here. You're telling me that the main reason why you're afraid is because you think that Kiana's gonna try to kill Lissandra, right?
potential yeah like she's gonna fall up outside and then whether she's
And then my
recalling or not like
question,
good
yeah, and then my question would be like, okay, uh, what is better, pinging Lissandra careful here and then dropping vision, or like attempting to like kill the Kiana?
gonna get
That's
it
just it,
okay then yeah
right? But like here, like you don't ping the Kiana either.
yeah I think I'm like thinking for my teammate kind of thing like I'm imagining that like she saw him too so like maybe I need to cover her or something like if she wants to take this path that she's taking then like I should cover her because she's weaker but I guess like that's just the wrong play in my head like even if it's the wrong play in my head I'm just like consciously like oh like what if my teammate kills himself then like I gotta save him right so like
Yeah,
yeah I should just ping him off from
Like you either like you ping him off or you ping like assistance here that you're trying to kill this guy. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I guess I'm just like I'm under the like impression my teammates are like too dumb, I guess, or whatever. So like I feel like that would be the safer play, just to like walk with my mid laner and make sure they don't die, rather than like hope if when I ping they're not gonna like go kill themselves walking that same path. But you're right, like I would
Yeah, and
technically get
honestly,
more
we could.
value. Good.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, we could stop it right here because this is actually like the main thing I'm noticing. I think the biggest thing I'm noticing for you in the mid game is that it feels like you're a passenger,
Yeah,
or it
yeah.
looks like you're a passenger. Like you're not. It feels like you don't have a clear idea on what you want to happen in the game. So you're defaulting to like playing around your teammates, who, in my opinion, aren't better than you, or you shouldn't think that they're better than you, who are making like poor decisions, right?
Okay, yeah.
If you think that there's things that they could be doing better, then you should be like playing for those instead. But this is like you playing rell, right? When you play senna, honestly, like the game is a bit different, and then we can go through this one like a little bit faster because we already saw like the 6 minute timer. When
Yeah.
you play an enchanter, right? It's all about like having good positioning around objectives
Hmm.
because honestly, your champion's like really OP around team fights.
Yeah.
So let's see this. Deploy mid. I'm noticing that you have this big habit where you just always run straight mid no matter what.
Well, I can't specifically on Senna. Like, do you think I can just walk through like bot side bush, like just walk through the bushes first? Because I feel like this game, like anything that touches me, this game will kill me instantly. So I feel safer like walking through the lane or walking with a wave. I guess I see my teammates, like I could connect with my teammates, but I feel like something's more likely to happen on my terms on walking on a wave than walking through the
So
river kind of thing.
what I'm gonna say is this isn't like a senna specific thing because you're also doing it on rel, right? It's just your default. It's a fine default, but like I mentioned, if you want to like increase your consistency, you need to have like a more robust like idea or like a what word I'm looking for, like a checklist coming out of base, right? So like, what are you actually like thinking of? What are they playing for? Do I need to defend anything? So I'll tell you like what I would do if I'm you. If I'm you, so I'm basing,
Okay.
right? Okay, we want to play for dragon. Yep, this dragon looks like free, right?
Mm-hmm.
Then I'm deciding, okay, do I need to put a ward here? Like a defensive ward in case enemy jungle is gonna walk into this location. That's what I'm thinking of. And how safely can I do this? Can I do it safely? Uh, probably, right? But there's nothing really there to defend, so it's like kind of whatever. I probably wouldn't show here. I would just take souls mid with the graves,
Wait,
and
you
then
wouldn't show? What do you
soul.
mean you wouldn't show here, but you'd get?
Like I wouldn't show mid.
Oh, you mean you'd? Okay.
Like I wouldn't show mid. I would just run. I'd go, okay, I don't want to run here. I'm gonna go here, right? Because I have these guys backing me up. I'm gonna drop one ward, and then I'm gonna go bang bang into topside vision.
Do you think? Hmm. I'm trying to think. Like, I guess because I have this timer mid that I'm, or like, if I'm feeling strong on the wave, like or 2v2, whatever, like, would you not try to get priority first before walking around, or would you just wait until my jungler is actually around to get the vision? Because to me, I'm like thinking I need to fight for prior, right? And then I need to like walk in
To get
after
this ward,
that. Well, not maybe not that word right now, but like let's say like the top side thing you're saying. Like I need to wait for this guy to clear to actually start walking the top side, right? I can't walk alone. So my idea until then, I'm just gonna fight on the mid wave because I'm strong, and I'll wait till he actually rotates where I can actually walk in, right? Like I can connect with my graves, then get vision top side for my Darius or whatever. But until then, I'm just getting like souls or fighting on mid wave to get prow or something. I guess would be the idea, but
yeah, I'm just gonna be honest. Like the reason why I said that I would just follow Graves is because I don't know like how strong these guys are. Like I feel like this guy is Bork. Like he might just kill you both. Like Loki, Loki. That's what I thought. But if you feel strong, then yeah, you should stay mid, right?
okay, yeah, that's what well, would it matter which? I mean, actually, it wouldn't matter which ship it is, but either of their like ADC or mid, their Aurelia, like I feel like I can just fight whoever with my Zaya, like assuming they're like half
Yeah, if you're
competent.
if you're if you're strong, then yeah, you should push mid. But then
Okay.
here, right? Like once you crash this wave, I would look to go get vision.
Yeah. Okay. Would
Like I
I?
wouldn't want to do any of this. I would just like look to run.
Oh, would okay? Because would I
Because
ping
in
my?
your head, like,
Go ahead.
sorry, what's up? Would you ping your graves? Is that what you're
To
gonna
like
ask?
start getting vision. Yeah, because the waves already crashed, right? But he's doing his Krugs or planning on to. Like,
Yeah, you would just be pinging like here that you want to walk in here, and then if he doesn't come, right, then you could just ward defensive like
like a
safer,
shallow ward. Yeah. Okay. Okay.
like a shallow ward here, right, and then just wait. But this is pretty important. Your idea right now is you're trying to like make sure that this wave crashes because that's pretty common in bot lane, right?
Yeah.
But in mid, like it doesn't matter. This guy's not gonna hold a freeze mid lane at 13 minutes.
I'm just more so like if he's gonna contest the wave, I'm just gonna get free souls, I guess. But like that doesn't matter as much as getting vision, obviously. I feel
Yeah,
like.
it doesn't matter as much as game vision.
Okay, yeah, because yeah, like at this point, I'm just like, oh, he's gonna trade, then I'm gonna trade now. Like
Yeah,
that's how I feel about what I'm doing right now. But obviously, that's not the right thought process, I guess.
and then if we just look at it in terms of like efficiency of time, right? So let's look at what we did here. You hit him, you got this trade off. Whereas if you look all the way back here,
Like
you're
start
walking
walking in
right now,
now. Yeah.
you're pinging with Graves. Graves is gonna walk with you. Because to me it looks like this guy was already gonna like he just like changed his mind, right? But maybe if he pinged them, he would have made the decision sooner. Because he didn't even do his crux, right?
Well, would you make that same argument? Like neither of us know where Viego is, so either way, I would need to sync up with my jungler after the wave crashes, right, to be able to actually walk
Yeah.
in. So
The point I'm making here is the correct thing for you to do is after you pick this soul, is to go
yeah,
into their top side and ping, right?
okay.
And then
I'd have to just wait though,
Graves,
regardless.
well, like yeah, a little bit, not too long. You don't have to wait too long. Because
Yeah,
Graves
yeah, yeah. Okay.
looks like he's gonna come there anyways. He
Mhm.
just like baited himself by running for Krugs initially.
Yeah.
And then here, like they're collapsing on Graves. Maybe I saw the feature.
I thought she just played it bad. That's why like it made sense, but like
I
I feel like she like didn't do
mean, this
anything.
guy played it terribly. He played it terribly.
So am I supposed to expect that and just
No, you're not.
okay? Because
But I do think this guy played it terribly.
like in my head that I'm just thinking like there's no way this guy should realistically. I mean, okay, it's possible. Like it's not like that we win that hard. It's just like 2v1. We should ideally like not be able to die or like this guy can't make a play on us. You know, that's how I think of it. So
Uh, well, like the only thing I'll say for you is just like I would just never use my W as poke.
oh okay yeah that's. I just think I guess that like
Like if you hit the W, then like oh that's awesome. Like maybe we can
well, it's just like soul trading, right? Like
like
I'm just
W.
trying to fish for souls, and like if he actually commits, then it's troll. Like regardless if I have my W or not, because he shouldn't win that like that cleanly. But I guess yeah, like it's wrong
I
per
mean if
se.
the guy is right. Yeah, I see what you're trying to say.
Yeah, like he should never be able to commit on his 2v1, and then if he does, like the difference between me having W or not like shouldn't matter. But
Hmm.
you're to an extent, yeah, he can never go in if I have my W, like if I'm not trolling like that. But it's just like a probability thing.
Hmm. Then like
Okay,
let's
so
look at the
wait. Here, like, should I ping my instead of him doing his camp, should I ping to get deeper vision? Because the vision I get here, like across the blue, is like, really shallow for the sake that I can't walk in, right? Like, I don't want to walk in blind. So should I be pinging my graves right now to be walking to their blue side, or what do you want me to do?
I think here what you should do is take a sec back. Instead of queuing this, you should just be walking with Zaya right now, and then you
Mm,
could draw a board here. And then if you're gonna do anything, you'd be picking Herald. And then if he doesn't want to play for Herald, like when is this draw? I mean, he should just play for Herald.
okay. Could you make that argument? Like, you wanted me to like get a ward on their blue, right, or like that blue area?
Yeah.
Could you make the argument that like I don't want to try to like 2v2 with like Thresh Viego per se. Then it's like too scary. I don't know.
Yeah.
Okay, then I
But
should.
I don't think it's like that scary. Like the only like what would Thresh have to do? He would have to sit here and hook you, right?
Yeah.
but you would just be like sweeping. He's not gonna like blind hook you.
Yeah, okay. I guess I'm just like reducing the possibility at all to make sure like I can't really die on this timer, otherwise it's like pretty troll to me, right? I don't have my graves yet, so like whatever I'm gonna do with my Zaya, I'm gonna make sure I don't die myself. Like I don't want to bait myself into like kill myself for a ward, for example. Like I guess is like the theme of like what I'm trying to say.
Yeah. Well, we're also the thing that I'm trying to get across is just like efficiency of time, right? Because if we take a step back here and we look at this, it's like, where is it? Efficiently using like your team time. So in this case here, it's like you're trying to queue this turret. So it's like, what else could you be
Yeah,
doing? You know what I mean?
yeah,
You know
yeah,
what I'm saying?
yeah. I don't even know why that made no sense. I don't know.
The other thing you could have done is gotten that vision, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then here, like I'm like really surprised that this Graves like choose to full clear on this timer. But you do like the correct thing, right? You ping, you want to go get vision into the bot
Mm-hmm.
side really quickly. Bang bang. Herald, base. You hate to see it. Yep. Dragon. See this. Guy doesn't have cleanse.
Should I really like? I could ping, like thinking that like this guy can't possibly die on this timer, but I'm just thinking like I feel like the likelihood of us dying that freely was like so low before like anyone gets there, right? Like this guy didn't ult or like use their summoners, so like,
Do anything, yeah.
do you think I
But
should
let's look at
like
this
ping
again.
this? Like, do I really need to ping this off or like
No,
act?
no, no. But like let's look at efficiency of time, right? So you get this soul, and you're trying to like run this thresh down like the lane.
Not like I'm just fishing for like souls in general. Like I'm not actually like trying to kill him, but like I
No,
guess I
I know.
ping.
Like when I say running down the lane, like you're trying to like hit him, right? Like you're fishing for the souls.
Yeah.
But then like, what's the alternative that you could have done here? You could have like went into the bot side and then try to get vision. Like
How?
I don't think that. Do you think Akali will 2v1 you guys?
I just don't know. I mean, I guess I did see where their teams is, but I'm just not confident. I guess because if it like I'll die for sure, right? Like
Mm-hmm.
there's just a chance like if he has first hit, I guess like there's likely a possibility this guy can't trade if I'm the one getting killed. But let's say it opens on Zaya like it did there, then like maybe we can like if that guy's strong. That's why I'm like a bit cautious, right?
Uh-huh.
So I guess I'm just waiting on my Graves timer to actually do something like deeper than that. But I mean, if I was scared, I guess I should be pinging this off in the first place. Like we shouldn't even get hitting the Raptors. I feel like if I'm this scared, right?
Uh-huh.
Because I mean, like we can't contest if Akali's fogging and he's not strong or she's not
All right.
strong. So
And then you're noticing like a trend here, right? That I'm trying to get across, at least what I'm noticing from your Senna, is that when the wave is dead, right? I see you like aiming to hit here, right? And then the reason why is because well, this is what I think makes sense. It's like, okay, when you play a range support, you're like really wary of just like walking into fog on the other side. So you're like, okay, let me just try to see what I can get here. But even then, if you're afraid, right? What is still like a more efficient use of your time? It would be going into river instead of into their jungle, and then waiting for Victor's turn, and then with Victor's turn, then you can go connect into the next play. So what would like Victor's turn look like? He pushes this wave, right?
mm-hmm.
Then he moves. Then you're sitting here and you're waiting, and then you will come connect. And then obviously, like you can't do anything if this guy ints, right?
Could you? Sorry to cut you off, but could you make the argument that let's say both of us, me and like me, Zaya and Victor can get prow in our lane. So could you like make the argument that catching the wave high is like better, assuming my Victor can't actually die 1-on-1? Like let's say like
Yeah.
instead of doing this, we're just catching the wave even higher because like Victor can't possibly die 101 per se. Like let's just say
So the answer to that is yes, of course, but efficiency of time, right? Like you can't even hit the wave yet.
okay,
Like the
yeah,
wave is here.
yeah. Okay,
So I think that what you should be doing if we're afraid of a collie in this area is that you should walk this way, right? Toss a W here. If it hits her, awesome. If it doesn't, then you can go walk into the bush, right? Because your W will hit the entire bush.
yeah.
And then you walk into this, great. Then you come here and you catch this next wave high. And you
Do
have enough time for all of this.
do you want me to like after that bush? Am I just sitting there for the sake of just checking if she's there currently, or do you want me to go deeper? Like assuming she's not.
Just currently.
Okay. Because
You shouldn't go deep because like you said, I agree. You want to catch the next wave high.
I'm just like, do you think my Victor can like connect in time before like we die? Let's say if she's in like near the banana bush but not in it. Like if I walk into that banana bush and then I see her walking at me, like does it actually do anything for me?
So you're saying that if you face check, but she's like hiding here.
Yeah. Like she's about to walk in the banana bush or something, right? Like just assuming I mark her, but like I'm not gonna die. I just see her and I'm like, oh okay, I'll back off. Like does that do anything?
Let me think. Hmm.
Because
Let's
my
see where she
preconceived
go.
idea is that like she's in the bot side general area, and I know likely we'll lose this. Like not lose this, but like it's not safe for me to walk that deep into the jungle. So I'm waiting on my Victor's turn or my Graves' turn to connect with me. Then I'll walk in. But I don't feel that
Yeah, I
confident.
think I think what you should do is you should still W it from here in a way where she can't like do anything, right?
Hmm.
And then you don't walk into the bush. I think walking into the bush is like really scary.
Yeah,
And you just sit here.
like in Lion Bush or yeah in the river. Okay.
Yeah, in the river and you just watch the entrance. And then you're waiting for her to show on this wave that's about to meet. It's gonna show three, two, one here.
Hmm.
And then if she doesn't show, like Victor has enough time to connect with you guys, in which case you would catch this one high.
Okay, and let's say my Victor doesn't connect. Should I just be pinging for that for like for next play to be that or like?
Yes.
Because yeah, like, and that's why I would probably wouldn't be pinging. Like, I just expect her to do it, but yeah, like, obviously, like, I should be just hoping she's gonna do it per se.
Yeah, exactly. Bomba. God, you do so much damage actually. What's happened here? Hurt. Okay, the Victor is inting there. Not your fault.
I'm surprised that she was winning lane like lane, and then she can actually die, but obviously it's just misplaying or whatever.
So this one, right? What's your reasoning for here running straight through mid?
I don't see anyone top, so I can play around the proud that my Zaya got first. Right, so um,
Well, what's the next objective? Is Baron,
Baron,
right?
yeah, but I mean, okay. Do you want me to cut into? I should, yeah, I should realistically cut into the river. But it's like the same idea that I'm just scared of whoever it is in fog to like die one shot. I guess, and I don't want to blow my
Uh-huh.
flash for fun. So I guess I'm just like, actually, I'm scared like for nothing because I see most of the people that can kill me. But like, I guess I'm just like worried about like potentially ruining my own conditions or like losing flash for fun for like face checking or like doing something like this where I really don't need to. I guess, but do you think? Okay, what do you think? Sorry, like I should just let you talk.
No, no worries. Don't worry. Like I'm like letting you talk because I think it's like good for you to get your like a thought process out. So
Okay,
right here, what I think that you should do is you're coming out of base. First, let's see. Like, okay, why is your base so late? Right? It's late because it's the fight. You're looking. Next objective is Baron, so you want to get topside control. me get rid of this little line. You see that everyone's basing on the map.
Yeah,
The only
like
place that you really need to be afraid of is if like Thresh and Pike are standing here, right?
yeah.
So you should stand here.
Where like banana bush or the lime bush?
No, I wouldn't even stand like inside the bush. I would just stand right here at the jungle opening.
Okay. So like just to mark the spot or like am I
Yeah, to mark the spot. Mark the spot. And then right here, once you see Viego show top, then you go match. But you're not gonna walk it to try, obviously, right? Because you don't know where Thresh is. But you're marking the location,
well for all I know like okay I guess because
and that
I didn't mark that spot in the first place he could be there already so I this would all been all like fine if I just like marked him in the first place in the spot that you're talking about. Like,
yeah.
I'm just scared that he might potentially be in my jungle already, like in the banana
Oh,
bush or something.
You think Thresh is already there?
Like he could, right? I guess like my tempo was pretty bad, so they had a lot of time to actually like walk around. I guess I don't know. I mean, maybe that word covers it. Yeah, like
Like this. Like you think I don't think he could actually skirt through. Maybe
okay,
he
yeah,
can, but like even like if you're scared, then you should just walk here and throw your W.
okay, yeah. I like that better than what I'm doing now then, because
It's just like efficiency of time, right? Like I'm gonna keep on bringing like the oh shit, the same thing. Like what are you doing with your time? How is this equaling like into something? And then after I tell you like what are you doing with your time, we're gonna see like okay, how does this actually like affect the outcome of the game? And then this case here, like how does it affect the, you're just here early, right?
mm-hmm.
And you're like involved in this play so much sooner.
Okay, because my I guess theme that has been the same thing with like what you're talking about is like I'm too scared to blow my own conditions for fun. I guess like I'm just worried about every possibility that can happen to like ruin my conditions, whether I'm like getting hooked or something by air or whatever it is. Then I don't know how to describe it exactly. That would make sense.
I feel like you're really afraid of things that can kill you. So you just imagine it as like a blank spot. Like I'm not gonna go here at all. So you're just gonna sit in lane. But the thing that you could do is you could still put impact by like hedging using like your W, right? As a vision checking tool. Because then
Mm-hmm.
if you're gonna say to me like, oh, I'm not gonna go there no matter what, right? I'm not like too stubborn. I'm like, okay, that's fine. Then just run bot side then. Right. If you're afraid of Fresh being top, then just run bottom.
Okay. Yeah.
And then you would have been
Like
here for the Darius play.
yeah, because I guess it's like I have tempo right on the map, but like I'm waiting on my jungler's time to get on the map so I can actually do something. But you're saying that I'm not even using my time to literally do anything because
Yeah.
I'm just scared of my
Like,
own, right? Like that's what I'm
yeah.
basically saying. But you're saying that I
Mhm.
can actually still do stuff without my jungler.
Yes, exactly.
Okay, yeah,
Like waiting for your jungle doesn't literally mean like being AFK, right?
yeah, which I basically did. Like I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
Okay.
Which is fine. Like I mean, if you told me like, okay, I really don't want to go top, I don't think it's good to go top, then I'm like, okay, then don't run mid. At least run like this way through bottom if you're gonna do anything.
Yeah, I'm just. I think I have the right idea. I'm just like not doing it properly. If that makes sense. Like I
Mhm.
do want to connect top, and top is the play, but I'm waiting on my jungler's turn to like make my turn, which is
Yeah.
incorrect in a sense. So I see what you're saying.
Yeah. Like if you really think about what we just witnessed, right? And this is like a prevailing theme, like you're waiting for your jungle, but you're still there after he is somehow.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? Like you're there so much faster than him, but you're still second to the play when while you're waiting for him.
yeah,
At the bare minimum, you should be there at the same time. You know what I mean?
yeah.
Yeah. And then let's like watch.
Would you? Wait. Sorry. Would you? Um, I guess my other point would be like if I'm trying to attack side and my mid laner like my ADC is already on the mid wave. Like, would you make the idea that like I'm trying to get power first with my Zaya that's already on the map before I walk in? Like, could
Yeah,
that be an
that would make
argument?
sense. Uh, if there was a wave there,
Oh, then yeah, I'm literally just asking like on the wave or
because there's nothing there. Like let's say you're walking out with this wave,
yeah,
like you're here. I'm like, yeah, go ahead, run mid, right?
Yeah, but Zad deletes the wave, and I'm not even doing anything. I see.
Yeah,
Okay.
I mean, like even here, like I don't even think it's like that bad. For you to like walk in here with you guys together. Like I don't think Viego Thresh can actually 2v2 kill you guys. But
Yeah, no,
maybe
no,
I'm
no,
wrong.
no, 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 no. I mean, I think it's like winning. Like, I don't think it's like that. I should be that scared. I guess I'm just not pinging like remotely at all. Like my Zai is doing the same thing. Like she's not doing anything either, right? Like if I know my next play is going topside for vision or whatever the hell it is, then I mean I should be getting my Zai on the same page by like helping me walk in to get vision if I'm
Yeah.
this
Like
worried.
if I was coaching Desire, like what I would tell him is like, okay, you're either going to like fog top, fog bottom. If you don't want to fog anywhere, then just go hit the Raptors. Like just don't jerk off mid.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Because like to me, it is her job to like catch every wave high or whatever the hell it is. Like she
Like
wants to
even
get plat
here,
first.
right? Like catch this wave high, shift
Yeah,
up.
yeah,
That's what I would
yeah,
tell Zaya.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
And then I look also not only is Zaya like you're late to the play, Zaya's also late to this play.
Mm-hmm.
Like what is she doing? She's going bot like hello, Raptors? The enemy team's topside, kill them all. Right? A little bit slow. But
Mm-hmm.
I think you're getting the point. You're getting the point.
Yeah.
Okay. I don't think we need to watch the rest of this game. So for this, right? Comprehension. This is what we're gonna do. Okay, Tyson. Uh I'm going to give this to you,
Yeah.
and then I want you to write out like what stood out to you the most. And I'm gonna write out the categories for you, okay? So we're gonna have like an early game category, uh, mid game category, or a mid game one, and then important or most important. Yeah, and I just want you to type this out for me.
You want me to do it right now?
Yeah, do it right now, right now.
Okay. Hmm.
Sorry, it's this one up here. It's the one above that.
Oh, my fault, my fault.
No, all good, all good.
I mean, I feel like what I was gonna type was like ping usage per se, but like I feel like that's like applicable to like both things. So
Yeah, if you think it's applicable with both things, then I would put that there.
okay. Oh shit. Um. Um. It's like hard. Like I guess you said just put whatever, but like I feel like both of them are like so mashed to me together that like it's like a concurring issue rather than like an early game or mid game kind of thing, right? That's how
Yeah,
I think of
just
it.
just write out whatever you think makes the most sense for you. Because this is the comprehension portion, right? Like what stood out to you, what makes sense to you.
But how would you categorize like most important if they're like all kind of alarming or important? Because I didn't really think about like the time, like my own tempo kind of thing, where I literally just sit around doing nothing a lot of the time, like waiting for my like allies. But like that's like a mid game and really important kind of thing. If that makes sense.
Mhm.
So
So I can help you out here, right?
yeah.
So the most important one, in my opinion, is the pinging. And the reason why is because it's most indicative of the real problem, which is not affecting or not establishing presence in the game. What the fuck? Sorry, passenger, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because like when we look at this, like pinging the correct plan, what should happen rather than what my Fed teams are doing, that's just a showcasing like that you're a passenger mid game, my own game, like you're just waiting in the mid lane, right? Waiting for like what your allies could do, rather defaulting on like what you think should happen, right?
Yeah.
You're being a passenger. So
Mm-hmm.
that's why I think it's the pinging. Now I want you to move on to the next slide. All right, we're gonna talk about implementation. And one thing I'll add here, actually, for the early game, actually, I'll put it in the implementation. So like, okay, boom. It's like, what is the goal? How to implement establishing presence. So like step one, right? Or let me fix this here. How do I do this? Did I agree with it? This is number one. Like, what is the next play off of base? Right? Ping the location. So like, what do you think should happen?
Mm-hmm.
Right? Then number two, it's like anticipate lull time and plan for the use. So like, what is lull time? Lull time is like when you're not connected to a wave. What can you do? Right? When there is no Drake, Herald, Grubs up, because these are like pretty self-explanatory, right? What are
Yeah.
you going to do? Um, and then for the third one, when you leave the base, how do you win the game faster? Obviously, this seems like pretty nebulous, right? But let me just give you an example. Okay, so watch this. I'll give you an example of what this means. So this is like lull state, right? This is lull time. Okay, what are we going to be doing next? You're like, okay, Baron's up, right?
Mm-hmm.
Makes sense. So I want to play for Baron. I'm late to this mid wave, so what can I do for the time? Play around Baron. What's going to result in winning the game the fastest? Playing around Baron. So what could I do as my champion to make playing around Baron easier? Stand here and wait, right? Oh, I see Ash top. Okay, that's pretty interesting. I see Viego top. Oh, now I want to fight. Fighting will lead to the fastest way. 10 Baron. Ping, 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 ping. I want to fight. Ping, 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 ping. I want to fight.
Yeah, I see.
You see how that works?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And then we actually just like went through that entire checklist. So like, okay, this is the input. What is the output? Like what will actually change? Should see way more pinging because you see the opportunity to make plays. You see that?
Yeah, I think the main thing that I have is that like whether or not I know the next play, I just assume I'm playing around what my teammates will do rather than hoping they'll like listen to my pings kind of thing. Like it's obviously wrong, right? But
Yeah.
like I guess the idea is like I'm being presented my options and I'm gonna work with them rather than like make new ones or make the ones that I think are correct, whether they're wrong or not. Like I am under the impression like my teammates aren't willing to like do what I want to do. So like
Hmm.
if let's say like I'm not even giving myself the option because I'm not pinging at all, but like I guess I'm just worried that like whether or not they know something better or whether I wouldn't say better, but like I guess I'm just like worried with the concept of like them not doing my play. So like if I'm trying to make like what I've done in the past where I'll like ping for a play, and if they don't like they refuse to make that play or like refuse to walk where I want to walk, then like I just kill myself like half the time. Like ironically, this is like a problem I used to have. So I guess I'm on the complete opposite of the
Yep,
spectrum now.
you're in the
That like
complete opposite side.
not I'm just so worried about like my teammates won't listen to what I want to do that I just like do what they will do or what I'm presented rather than like even if I know it's the wrong play or like the correct play, then
Yeah,
I wait based on what my teammates will do, like what I'm presented.
yeah, totally. You need to find that like harmony in the middle.
Yeah, like I used
And
to
the answer is,
go ahead.
sorry to cut you off, but the answer is like you've technically found it, right? Before you would ping and then do it anyways, and you would not react to your teammates, and you would die.
Mm-hmm.
Now, you're hyper focused on your teammates, so if they're not there, you're not going to do anything, right? So now it's like, okay, where's the balance? Because you went to either side, and like going to the extreme of either side's actually fine. Now it's like, okay, I'm gonna ping, but I'm also hyper aware of my teammates. Like you're pinging here, let's say nothing happens. Okay, then I chill. Boom. Now we're in a different ballgame.
Okay, because it's not really an improvement mindset, I guess, but like to me, like it just feels like I don't know if this is cope either because like I'd say like in higher elo when I like ping like the way I want to like play the game, it'd work. I'm like, oh, like wow, like this is awesome. Like my teammates are listening to me, and then like let's say in lower elo, like I try to make that same play and it doesn't work, and I'm like, what the hell, like. I just killed myself trying to make the right play, so I'm not gonna make that play again. You know, like that's like pretty much how I'm thinking and the way I go about my thought process.
Yeah,
As a
yeah. And if you think like that, it's like actively going to make you worse.
yeah, because like it's kind of toxic in the sense that like I'm like oh I'm in like a lower elo game, so like you know like
Hmm.
I should just trust myself and like, do whatever. But uh yeah,
My God, you dropped like
I decayed.
200 LP.
I decayed, and then
You
I
decayed?
played. Yeah, yeah. Then I started playing. Then I've been stuck at like the 100 mark, and I was like, oh crap! Like I should really like
Yeah.
focus up
So
because
that actually makes a lot of sense to me, right? Where it's like, um, you're like, oh, what's going on? The plays that I'm doing aren't working anymore, right? Because you're dying too much. I'm
mm-hmm.
stuck at like the 160 LP range, and
Yeah,
it's like, okay, but why am I not climbing anymore?
yeah.
It's because like you're stunting yourself. So hopefully this would help. Okay.
The
Uh, yeah.
well, kinda,
Does
because
this
like
make sense? Does
and
this help? Oh, sorry.
that
Finish your point.
specifically does make sense, but like it's actually like kind of the opposite right now, which feels bad because like I've been like more conservative with how I play. I guess when I'm playing range sports because like I don't want to ruin my own conditions when I'm playing Senna, like because I know I'm gonna
Mhm.
carry the fight or carry the game. So like by like making the safest option every time, like I've carried consistently recently, but like that's completely opposite of what you're like saying right now, where like whether or not like whether I know the right player or not, I'm not actually even paying it in the first place. So I'm kind of just like letting my teammates dictate what I'm doing, which is completely wrong. But
Yeah. The
yeah,
reason why you're winning, Tyson, is because you're playing range supports.
yeah,
They're OP. I think
yeah,
if you played like this with melee supports, you would win a lot less.
yeah. No, no, that's the thing. It's a mindset difference now. Like I just realized like when I was playing melee supports, like you have the opportunity to like make like do what you want to do, right? Like you can play make plays and actually get stuff going. But I guess it's just more so like when I'm playing range supports, I don't want to ruin my own conditions ever because like I can trust myself to do what I want to do rather than like oh like if my teammate fucks up, I can't blame that guy when I'm playing a range support, right? Like if I engage on Nautilus and it goes
Mhm.
bad, but it was a good
So,
engage, go ahead.
mhm. But before I cut you off, Tyson, I'll just say something really quickly, right?
Yeah,
The output is that you're pinging more. The
yeah,
output should not be that you're dying more, right?
yeah,
So I actually want to have to make a clear distinction. After this set, like after this coaching session, I don't want you to like just start dropping like 9 or 8 deaths a game when on average on Senna you're dropping like 4, right? That's not what should be happening.
yeah.
What should be happening is that you should start noticing that you are pinging more and you are more aware of what is going on across the game in general.
Mm-hmm.
And also at 6 minutes, like you understand that timer. You didn't mention it here, but I thought that was really important takeaway
The 6 minute timer, whether
for grubs. Like if you're
okay.
not playing for it, like make sure something happens bottom.
Oh, okay, okay.
Yeah. So before we ended it here, right? I know we wanted to do a longer session, but we were like going for a while. That's completely fine for me, right? I think it's really good if you're able to like speak your thoughts. Let's just do a quick feedback, right? Because we're looking for like multiple sessions across a period of time.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
one, like how was it, right? Like just from your perspective, do you feel like you got what you were looking for? You have an idea on how you want to improve now?
I guess like I have a good framework or like a guideline of like what I should do to improve, or like actually like looking forward, like what am I actually gonna do to improve? If that makes sense. Like I feel
Hmm.
like most coaching, like I haven't really been coached in a while, but like I feel like most beginner coaching, like they kind of just say shit out of their ass, and then you're like, oh, that kind of makes sense, and then like you take nothing away from it, but like you actually gave like a framework of what I should be doing to like improve per se. So
Hmm.
like I I wouldn't say that's not like what I was looking for, but it does help me give like a better idea of what I should be thinking in the future. If that made sense.
Yeah. Which was my next question. Like, okay, what were you looking for, right? So that we can like make sure that you get maximum satisfaction.
Um, I guess like I'd have to like find examples or like find a game where like I do literally like um like I've killed myself consistently, whether like it was like in the past or like now. Like I will like just dive trying to get wards where I can't actually get wards. So like it's mostly just like the urgency of like when I'm gonna get the ward or when I'm getting vision, because like
Hmm.
assuming it's
What
like
you
a
mentioned, like
lose.
how to get vision when behind, right? We didn't really see
Yeah,
any
yeah, that's what I
examples
mean.
of
Like
that.
both these games where I was ahead, so like it doesn't really like obviously like it's fine, but like that's like the main thing I've noticed when I was ever in like a bad state. That like if I have nothing to work with, I kind of just kill myself trying to get a ward because of urgency. If that makes sense, like
Hmm.
I'm like worried. Oh, they could be hitting the Baron right now, and I don't know that, so I'm like, oh, let me figure it out, and then oh, I just killed myself getting that ward. Like that is like a main theme I've had, like not recently, but just in general. I've noticed like I'm just it's mostly about urgency on getting vision, basically. Like
Hmm.
I'm scared of them controlling or like doing a certain play, and I don't know whether they're or not they're making that play. So I don't know how to go
Do you
about
want my
like good.
here? So this is where you're probably dying. You're either gonna die here, or here, or here, or here, right?
Yeah.
If you're dying here, like it's just so dark, like there's nothing that you can do, right? So this is like you're desperate, like it's like this, right?
Mm-hmm.
In those situations, no, there's not much you can do. That means you're like losing super hard, right? So in those cases, you literally have to wait for your team.
Yeah,
If you're
because
dying here,
good.
like to answer, like you're asking, is there an easy solution for this? No, there is no easy solution. If you're completely locked out of control like this, then you need to like group up with your team. You can't do anything by yourself. So you just have to wait. That might sound bad, but you're losing that hard. Most things are gonna feel bad. Make sense?
Mm-hmm.
If you're dying here, right? That means that you're getting caught, right? That's the urgency part where it's like, oh, could they be on Nash? Let me just run here really quickly, right? So what you're supposed to do in this situation is you need to wait for this wave to come in, and then you walk in, right? So for you to check this bush, you need numbers from here. Make sense?
Yeah.
For you to check this bush, you need your jungler with you, ideally. If this is like locked out,
Yeah.
right? But you don't even need to check this bush because you can run through here. Make sense?
Yeah.
So on average, like this is like pretty safe as long as you're getting pushed through mid. If you're not getting pushed through mid, then you need this person to come with you for this.
Mm-hmm.
If you're completely like this person has no push, right? And this person has no push, and you like really need to get the vision, you have to do like this. Because no one chooses this push.
Yeah. Because I guess oftentimes, like in my head, what like happens or what should happen, like if I'm this desperate for vision, I'll spam ping the mid wave like to get prow as a team or
Yeah.
whatever. But then like sometimes it doesn't happen, so I'm like, okay, well, if I don't have push anywhere, then like what the hell am I doing? So like you said, I will just like wonder myself and like I guess kill myself in that like dead zone that you're talking about. So like generally, my main thing is like, oh, like we should try to get prow like in a spot like we just group up and get vision. But then that wouldn't
Mhm.
happen, so I'm like, oh, okay. I'm like panicking, like, oh shit, they could be hitting it right now, and I don't know that. So yeah, like this kind of solves it to the point. Like, You sometimes you literally can't do anything, and then also on top of that, there's like different routes I can go about it if we're not doing that.
Yeah.
So
Okay. Does this make things like a bit clearer on your end?
a bit. It's just like
We need to see like an example, right? For sure.
yeah, like the idea of it being like doomed is like not really a thing to me because I feel like there should be a workaround, but like I guess like sometimes you literally
Use
can't.
different terminology. It's not like doomed. In those situations, there's very few good options, and the best option you can't do by yourself.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like I just have the ping. Like in these situations, I do spam ping a lot, right? Like because
Mhm.
I can't obviously do it myself and I'll die. But like maybe it's more
I
of
would
a
I would say like really try to hedge through this.
what would it be like the opposite side on like dragon? Like just going through like bottom try. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah,
Okay. I
because
like
like
that.
these are like the hot spots, right? If you're losing, generally like you're losing control of this area.
Yeah, yeah. Like you don't have mid push ever, or like
Yeah,
anything. Okay.
like even if you spam ping like four people mid, like it's probably not gonna do anything.
Yeah, yeah. Because I mean, you'll just lose anyways. I see.
Yeah, so I would like spam ping sides.
Okay.
Yeah. Just continuing like the rate of the conversation. Is there anything you wish we did more of or I spoke more about?
Um. No, because I feel like I had like it's mostly like theory and like what I should be doing, right? Like I feel like I had really conflicting ideas of like what I was okay with, and I shouldn't really be complacent with how I think, right? Like you're like
Mhm.
really, I didn't realize I wasted that much time, right? For example, like even if like whether it was like a regular thing or like oh I'm just doing it because it's like lower elo, like I didn't realize I could be like more efficient with my time use, like whether or not like I'm consistently doing that or if it's just a one-off thing. I wasn't even aware that like
Mhm.
I was wasting that much time per se, because
Yeah.
there are a lot of games where I'm like, oh, I'm like trapped to like what my teams are gonna do, right? But like that's not remotely close, like true at all. Like I can kind of dictate what I want to happen rather than like you said, like the whole thing. I'm just like a passenger kind of.
Mhm.
So yeah, good.
And what do you want to see more of? What do you want to see differently in our next session? Obviously, we want to get like a game where you're losing, right, and behind. But what else?
Um, that kind of like theme, I guess. Like I can't tell what I'm actually doing wrong until I see it per se, right? Like I would have never
Okay.
thought that like my like
So
tempo
sorry,
and
sorry.
time
How
usage.
about we do this, Tyson? So I actually think I have a pretty good idea of what's going to work well for you. I want you for our next session to have games, and instead of me like going through the VOD, I want you to have like specific questions that you want to you want answers to, and
As
then we're
in
gonna spend like, sorry, what's up?
like let's say like I have a problem for my games. I'm like, oh, how do I do this? Like, is that what you mean? Like,
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I want you to just be like, okay, like this is what I did. Do you think was this was the correct thing,
okay,
right? Or what do you think I should have done here? So we're gonna do that, right? And
sure.
then if there's more time or we're like not hitting enough, then I start like looking for like the own problems, right? So in this case, like, maybe your concern is like, oh, if we did something like that, maybe you wouldn't have noticed that I was wasting so much time. I think that's unlikely. I think I would have noticed it no matter what,
Mm-hmm.
right? So I think that'll be like the most efficient way for you and like the fastest thing for you as well.
It's just looking for specific problems and then going from there.
Yeah, like just showing me like what was I supposed to do here? Do you think what I did here was correct? Boom, 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 and then I think it'll be uh more efficient learning for you. And then
Should
my
I?
final question, would you? Sorry, what's up?
Sorry, I keep cutting you off, but should I be looking for like common themes, or should I just be looking at like separate things that like I
The
like?
themes are my job, right?
Like what if I see
After
something that's recurring, right? Like,
I mean, if you see something reoccurring, then obviously bring it up. But the point I'm making is that like if every player was able to see like what the recurring theme was or was like aware of what they should be working on, then they wouldn't need like outside assistance of a coach, right? Like your job
mm-hmm.
is to bring me the problems. I'm going to tell you how to fix those problems and what you should focus on and how to fix them.
Okay, yeah.